Well, it was on this day 2 years ago, families across western Kentucky were waking up to tragedy. Damaged buildings and homes, debris and light poles laid across every road. Water service, electricity, and cell service disabled for miles. An EF4 tornado had ripped across their communities in the dead of night, claiming hundreds of homes, businesses, churches, and sadly, 80 lives.
Like April 3rd, 74 here, this has become a date we will never forget. Fast forward 2 years now, the small communities impacted across Graves County continue to rebuild, including the city of Mayfield.
Tonight, we take you there, where with Chief Photojournalist Philip Murrell and I found the town is recovering, but still far from recovered. The sound of construction echoes across Mayfield, Kentucky. Just 10 minutes from downtown, a brand new subdivision, aptly named Hope Acres, is being built from the ground up. Every home is already assigned to a family who lost theirs in the storm, and the design is intentional.
Each of those homes has an in-house, in the home, storm shelter. It is the central bathroom. And the walls and the floor and the ceiling are concrete. The door is a 300-pound door.
The project is a first for Samaritan's Purse. The nonprofit committed to building 60 new homes in one neighborhood. It puts a dent in the 400 dwellings that were destroyed in the tornado. So far, 84 homes have been rebuilt. 48 more are under construction. More than 260 are still needed.
Nothing happens quickly in local government or state government, and you throw in the federal government there, and it just is a slow process.
In her temporary office at the end of a strip mall, Mayfield Mayor Kathy Onan sits in front of photos painting a picture of the last 2 years, walking through her hometown with President Joe Biden, laughing with Governor Andy Beshear. Most of the pictures come from the first few weeks after tragedy hit her home. Since then, she says time has flown, and progress has been steady, but at times slow. She says year one was all about cleanup, demolishing damaged buildings, removing debris. Mayfield City Hall was only cleared 6 weeks ago.
When nobody comes in and gives you a blueprint, they give you guidance, and then it's up to you and your local leaders, your local community.
Community like Cassie Basham.
All we can do is hope that we never have another disaster again.
She's the face of a recovery resource known as Camp Graves.
We started with campers, and then we moved to the tiny houses.
It's a property full of temporary shelters, currently housing 18 families.
The way the housing is going in Mayfield, Graves County, there's just nothing. And so we have people who are living with family members, living in their cars, who are just trying to survive.
Many families survived the tornado, and so did their house. But 2 years later, they're finding themselves homeless.
Our house was livable. It had busted storm windows and storm doors, but it was livable. 2 years later, we get a 30-day eviction notice put on our door because the Family Dollar store that was beside us had been destroyed by the tornado, and they could not get their lease back for that property. So they offered my landlord a sky-high price.
Stephen Henley's story isn't completely unique. Local leaders say rental properties are at an all-time low. And a second disaster, flooding in July, escalated the housing crisis, impacting 130 households.
All the assistance programs are drying up now.
We're trying to rebuild, but it's a long process.
Most people have forgotten about the tornado. There's so much left to be done.
At Camp Graves, residents find more than just roofs over their heads. They also get social services, and they're put on a path toward home ownership. Meanwhile, back at the mayor's office, Kathy Onan stays focused on rebuilding the multiple city structures that were lost 2 years ago. City Hall, Public Works, police, and the fire department were all destroyed. Right now, the mayor says they don't have the money they need to rebuild.
We were insured, but our insurance, like so many other places, is not going to cover the rebuilding because the rebuilding costs are just, they're so astronomical.
So they plan to ask state lawmakers in this upcoming session to help cover the costs.
The police chief and the fire chief and I have many sleepless nights or interrupted sleep at night because what if it isn't there.
Still, hope is a mainstay for the mayor of Mayfield. 2 years after disaster, she says her town is still strong, in large part thanks to you.
As sure as I'm sitting here face to face with you, Shay, I know that is what keeps us going. The prayer and the good wishes from all over the Commonwealth.
And as they mark 2 years since tragedy, they honor the lives lost. A temporary memorial marking the spot of the iconic courthouse. Names they will never forget in a community that continues to heal. Mayor Onan tells us her term as mayor is up in 3 years, and she said she'd be surprised, Doug, if she gets into that new city hall before the end of it. She said realistically, after talking to other mayors who have gone through this, 10 years is when they're back to normal.
We went back for the 1 year anniversary. It felt like there was momentum. It almost seems like it has slowed down.
Well, now so much of that money that came right after the emergency is gone. And now they're having to get creative. A lot of that will happen in Frankfort this session. We'll see the mayor there going to lawmakers asking for help getting her city put back together.
She doesn't give up. We know that.
That's for sure.
She's the spark in Mayfield. Well, coming up.